Hey, Phantomaniacs, welcome to the newest unboxing here on the Needless Things YouTube channel. It is finally time for the ROBOSKULL Mark II. So, I hadn't planned to do this today because I just spent hours and hours and hours reviewing this building set. But this is sitting over there. It arrived earlier today, and I keep looking at it, and I can't not open it right now. Plus, if you can listen, there's a little rattle in there, and I kind of feel like I've got to open it up and find out what that is. I don't have the space to turn the box like I did before, but there is something loose and rolling around. Let me see. Hang on. Yeah, you hear that? Something is loose in there, and I gotta find out what it is. So I might as well go ahead and do the unboxing now. You can see the shipping carton. Very nice. Has graphics printed on it. Cool looking. Awesome. Great. But shipping cartons are not what we're here for. ROBOSKULL Mark II from Skeletron is what we're here for. And by the way, I will sometime soon be having Ben Conway from Skeletron on the Needless Things Creator Series to talk about this. You know, I'm very comfortable going ahead and saying masterpiece. I haven't opened it yet. I haven't seen the final product yet, but I feel like it's probably going to be the word I'm using. Oh, look at this. Nice skull and crossbones on top. So this is the exterior shipping carton. There is an interior shipping carton with those corner protectors that we've gotten to know so well from HasLabs and other crowdfunding type things. Think about just the expense of the corner protectors and just how much they spend just on putting 8 of these into every one of these boxes. Crazy. The dedication of the folks doing these crowdfunding projects is unbelievable. So I think I'm going to have to take this off the table entirely, pull that inner carton out, and put it back up here. All right, fortunately that was easy enough. We have a very slightly smaller inner carton now, which is unmarked. Just layers of protection for our precious ROBOSKULL Mark II. Oh, look at it. Look at it. Oh, it's got that plastic bag around it. Again, I will say that anyone currently running a Kickstarter has the benefit of having seen how Hasbro and Mattel box and handle and ship these things. Like, I think the learning curve for these independent companies isn't as bad as it could have been, because everybody's gotten to see how the big boys do it. All right, let's see. How is this going to work? I don't have enough space. Oh, yes, I do. Okay. And thank you, everyone, for bearing with me. As I said, I've been working on that. JM Bricklayer is the name of the company that did the building bricks. They sent them to me, asked me to review them, and I said, sure, why not? But I might have been assisted by a little Woodford Reserve. Nothing wrong with that. But it's been a whole day of Woodford Reserve at this point. As a matter of fact, I just moved my table cover so you can see the outline that I put down before. Oh, look at this nice. Woo, okay. Protective bag on top. We got to get rid of that, obviously, to get to the vehicle within. gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous packaging. Look, it's got that nice something. I bet it's an eyeball. I bet it's one of the eyeballs. But look at that nice gloss on the RoboSkull itself. Beautiful artwork. I love this offset panel right here. Features on the top removable Skeledrone storage and prisoner transport. Articulated jaw reveals hidden weapon systems. Opening cockpit for scale with 1/18 figures or 1/12 figures. Articulated rear blast cannon, highly articulated wings with VTOL, and 3 flight modes. Eye socket weaponry, which is what I'm guessing is rolling around in there, but we'll find out. On the side, we've got our Skeledrones, which I've already got a couple of sets of those because those were some of the first things to come in. And this includes, if I can get the angle right, the Red Shadows Blood Wolf action figure. Now, you'll note, this is the standard release RoboSkull Mark II. I knew that I didn't have the space and I didn't want to spend the money getting 2 RoboSkulls because this thing is going to be huge. And if I was going to get one, I wanted the standard issue. There was a special edition release that was, I believe it was Kickstarter exclusive, and it's got yellow kind of war paint. And I got to tell you, just for me personally, having seen images of that one online since it started shipping out first, I don't love it. I'm glad I got this one. Just my personal taste. I'm not saying it's not awesome and it doesn't look good. It's just not, it's not what I would want this craft to look like, is all I'm saying. All right, so we've got a beautiful graphic on the back with an image of everything that's included in this box. 4-inch Blood Wolf. So my story with this is originally it was going to be for, oh gosh, now I can't even remember what my original plan was. I was either only going to use it for 4-inch. Oh, no, it was for 4-inch because at the time this was a Kickstarter, we didn't have any significant G.I. Joe Classified Series vehicles. So to me, this was going to be for 1/18 scale figures because that's what my G.I. Joe vehicle collection is. And my Star Wars vehicle collection for that matter. So this, in my head, the 4-inch Blood Wolf was appropriate. And I didn't plan to use it for 1/12 scale figures at all. But of course, since then, we've gotten quite a few 1/12 scale vehicles. And they really got me with the backer kit because I ordered, I don't know that I ordered every figure that was part of this campaign, but I ended up ordering several of the 6-inch, several of the 4-inch. Like, those are going to be reviewed, of course, soon. So this is everything that's in the box. Let's open it up. I'm so excited. This is one of my most anticipated toys of all time. Something about this campaign, even though I don't have any, I only learned about the original RoboSkull after we started doing Audible Interlude, a G.I. Joe podcast. I had never looked into International Joes. I didn't know anything about Action Force. I didn't know anything about Red Shadows or any of that. It just wasn't on my radar. It's not anything I'd ever delved into because American Joe was what I grew up with, and it was enough for me. So I backed this without even having really knowledge of, I mean, I knew about the RoboSkull and thought it looked absolutely incredible. As a matter of fact, I think I might have discovered the original RoboSkull not too long before this campaign happened, because I remember thinking, wow, I'd love to have one of those. And then when you go look, they cost a fortune. And I was like, well, I'm never going to have one of those. It was one of those kind of things. And I feel like not long after my realization of, oh, I'm never going to have a RoboSkull, this campaign hit, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's Kismet. But even knowing that I wanted a RoboSkull, this still wasn't like a nostalgia dream project for me, other than the fact that having a TIE fighter with a skull for a middle part is something that should be a dream project for anybody. All right, what have we got here? We've got a giant envelope type situation here. I don't remember everything that this comes with. I've said over and over again in my reviews, if I know I want something, I just sort of order it. All right, that's everything. I don't pay a ton of attention to everything that's included or whatever, because I want the unboxing experience. I want the delight and the surprise. So we've got an instruction manual here. Oh, these are the unannounced super spoilers, by the way. Unannounced super double secret glow in the dark flame job stickers that, as much as I prefer to leave crowdfund type stuff pristine, I don't know how I'm not going to put these glow in the dark labels on mine. It's going to be tough not to do it. You've got some interior labels. Oof, scary. And then just a big, cool, frameable blueprint type thing that I will absolutely put in a frame. And I'm going to run to my desk real quick and see what the size is on this. Hopefully you can still hear me across the room. I just had to run over here and get my measuring tape. This is, as you can tell, we are not currently in the workshop because the workshop doesn't have enough space for anything this big. So this is a 19 by 13, which is not a standard frame size. So thanks for that, guys. If I get to talk to Ben, I'm going to mention that to him. Oh, look at it. Look at it. Let's see. We've got some... So it looks like we've got two primary trays. Look at this thing. We've got two primary trays that I'm going to separate. And then there are, each section has another tray. Trying to see where the tape is. And cut through in the appropriate spot. There we go. You know what? I think it's going to be easy. Well, no. So, all right. So here's something I've run into with box cutters a lot of the time is when you want to use the box cutter, sometimes if it's so sharp, it doesn't go through the tape necessarily. It goes through like the material, which is why I like this little deal right here, because it's easier to aim in a weird way. Okay, so I think I've separated the two trays. So there is that one. I'll put this up here for right now. Oh, look at this. A little piece of cardboard in here just to make sure the card back of the figure... Oh, I'm out of frame. Hang on. I mean, I'm going to be opening this guy anyway. But look at that Blood Wolf. Look at that portrait. if this is somebody specific, I either don't remember or don't know, but I love that portrait. I love that helmet as well. Very cool. We'll be, I will take him into the workshop to open him up. Okay, let's get a little stand there. Here is our 1/12 scale pilot seat. Just the detail. Beautiful. Oh, film. It's film. It is not tape. It is film. Holding that Skeledrone pod / prisoner cell. Oh my gosh, the deco on this is insane. All right. Got this, whatever the heck this is. Pop the Skeledrones out of there, which I'm trying to remember if I did a review of the carded ones I got or not. They're great little toys. You can order just 3 Skeledrones if you want to. And I kept one set of mine mint on card and stuck them in a protector just because I feel like they deserve it. Oh, man. I will say it's not, and I've seen models of this in person. I've seen, I guess, the prototype and whatever Skeletron has had on display at like Joe Fest or whatever. I've seen it in person. It's not as big as I remembered, which is a good thing to me. I mean, once we get the wings and everything on, yes, it's going to be crazy. But it's a little more compact than I was afraid of, which now has me thinking, well, maybe I should have gotten 2. But I believe they're going to have some of these just for sale. And I would imagine some retailers are going to have them too. All right, I'm not messing with anything until I look at the instructions. Not messing with any hinges or anything. Okay. We got some tape here. Oh yeah, there's some of the stuff came loose in this tray. I'm not super worried about it. So this is, I was wrong. It was not the eyeballs that were rolling around. It was this blast effect, which is fine. Doesn't matter. It's okay. It's not damaged, and nothing in here was damaged. Beautiful blast effects, or thrust effects, maybe. Either or, we'll find out as we go through this. Look at this. Oh, devastating. Yeah, our eyeballs are actually in there really solidly. I keep calling them eyeballs, and I'm going to continue calling them eyeballs. And the wing, I want to be careful pulling this out of here. Trying to look at where it's secured in the tray so as not to put any undue pressure anywhere. It is a little tricky. There we go. Okay. And something I didn't know until recently. Oh, listen to those ratcheting joints. Oh my gosh. Fantastic. Something I didn't know until one of the recent updates that we talked about on Audible Interlude. These are translucent. I don't know if I just missed that during the campaign or what, but how cool is that? Gosh, these tampos look incredible. I mean, this is completely professional quality stuff. There is. I don't want to disparage independent toy companies in any way, because there are so many of them putting out incredible product. But I think just years of being a toy collector, I'm still surprised when an independent company puts out product that feels as good as or better than what Hasbro or Mattel puts out. It still blows my mind that regular folks who don't, I mean, obviously they work in the toy industry because, look, they made a toy, but you know what I'm saying. Like, this level of quality is mind-blowing. All right, we've got this other tray here. That one's already cut through. Got one on the corner, one right there, and probably, yeah, one more here. I would say if you're opening this at home and you're not doing an unboxing, maybe be a little more careful with it than I am, because this plastic does tend to have some sharp edges that can slice you right open. I almost lost a thumb opening up a retro cardback G.I. Joe figure recently. You may have seen that review. So be careful. Oh, we've got be careful with these also. Two little teeny tiny black pieces that I am not sure what they are. We'll figure it out. Some really beautifully bright yellow colored missiles. And we'll take a closer look at all of this stuff. I believe I'm going to be able to move this into the workshop to do some close-up stuff, because it's a little smaller than in my head I thought it was going to be, which I'm viewing as a good thing. Two more for a total of 4 thrust effects. And then the eye machine gun things. And last but not least, the other wing, which is, having gotten the other one out, these are quite sturdy, but you still want to be careful with this stuff. There we go. All right. Shell number 2 out of the way. And we can't forget the little stand in here too. Ooh, here it is. All right. I don't know quite. Oh, there we go. Easy enough. And it's got a little protective plastic in there. Throw that off to the side. Now, how... I'm going to need to look at the instructions before I do anything else. Man, that's a nice, solid hinge on that, though. I would imagine this canopy must pull off entirely. I'm going to look at the instructions. But look, there are your 1/18 scale with articulated controls. We'll get a closer look at that. Oh, gosh, I love how solid that is. So I had a little theory that I posited to my Audible Interlude co-hosts. Do you think that maybe, and I want to be absolutely clear, I am 100% okay with this if this is what happened. Do you think that Skeletron knew when these were coming in and said, let's hang on to them until the dragonflies go out, and that way, after everybody's got their dragonfly, we'll ship out the ROBOSKULLs, and we'll have that sweet, sweet buzz for the whole rest of the year? If they did, kudos to them. Smart business plan. I would have done the exact same thing. All right, wing assembly. Firmly press the wing and cone into the skull. This requires force, and do not attempt removal after attaching. Note that each wing is left or right side specific. Okay. This wing, very clearly labeled R. And this side. Now that's the funny thing about it. So I would think this is the right, because it's facing that way, this is the right. But what if, when you're facing it, this is the right? I'm sure there's a very specific way that fits on. And yes, I'm looking at the, you can see there's a shape here. This is going to have to line up, I believe, with this. I always like to think about folks that have already put these things together and how they're potentially, like, as they watch me almost do something wrong, they're like screaming at the video like, no, that's not how it goes. Well, I guess all I have to do is look at a picture of the thing, huh? Maybe that's the easiest. All right, so those are the cannons. That's okay. I thought it went this way. So that's interesting, though. Hang on. Let me do a little playing around before I make any mistakes. Aha! That's what I thought. Oh, R. There it is. R. Oh, wait. No, I already pointed that out. I was looking for it on the ship. We need a corresponding R on the ship. Whoops. Oh, now I've ruined everything. Look, you've seen my blue stay in the frame lines. There we go. I know this shouldn't be this complicated, but Woodford Reserve, okay? I'm checking and double checking. But there is no R or L designation on the ship itself. I'm going to assume that this is right. I'm also going to have to assume that it's not going to go on there if I'm doing it wrong. That just doesn't seem correct to me. All right, I'm going to look at further pictures. See if there are any indications. Okay, I'm back. And I figured it out. The giveaway. And look, I don't feel like it was simpler than I was making it. The giveaway is these yellow ports go on the bottom. So the wings are very sturdily attached. And now I'm going to put it into, I guess, landing position. Man, those the ratchets on these wings are fantastic. Oh gosh, I don't want to put it down. It feels so, it's so solid. Feels so good. I want to open that jaw up really badly, but I can tell. Oh, okay. There it is. Oh. So this is where the stand will plug in, I'm guessing. Oh, wait, no, this may be a whole other... No, it's not. It's the chin turret, I believe. All right, well, let me set this down. We're going to look at the instructions again. Oh, that... that looks incredible. Wait. Let me get it in the screen, in the shot. Oh, man. This is a masterpiece. And look, check it out. Because really, I feel like when it's in land attack mode or whatever you want to call that, that's what you're going for. Oh, man. Okay. Moving on. So these are blast effects, which if you want... Look, here's what I want to do right now, is I want to go get a cane figure, put it in the cockpit, and have him come out while the turnbuckle posts are going off. So those blast effects are going to fit in there. I'm just putting them in there just because. I'm a little... Oh, you know what? I'm not going to put them in there like that. I will say this. Don't put undue pressure. If you want to put those blast effects in, pick this thing up. Ooh, that's going to be a little tricky because you want to have all the pressure of you pushing that blast effect, you want to have right here. You don't want to put it on these veins or legs or whatever here. You want to have it all right here. So it's going to be kind of tough. Gosh, look at that. Look at that completely different configuration. How killer is that? Oh, man. Because this thing is not, I mean, I'm not necessarily going to call it loaded with articulation, but the points that it has give you so many different configurations that are possible with this thing. All right, let's tuck this back up under here, set this down. I think this is going to be the best way to put these blast effects in, because you're going to want to brace here. There it is. All right, so they plug right in. You just need to have the right angle. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Let's move some of these doodads off to the side. And look, you guys, anybody who's been watching this channel for any amount of time has seen me break stuff. Or put stuff together wrong or whatever, because I get really excited about things. So just always take a minute to think about where you're putting the force, what you're moving, what you're doing, before you just start jamming stuff together. Like I did with the wings. I was like, I got to stop and take a moment and do a little research. All right, so blast effects are in just because. Insert rear cannons behind the canopy. They have already been inserted and assembled in the box, so that's cool. I'm good with that. Don't need to mess with those. Now, I am curious. So no, those are teeny tiny. I was wondering if they might have ports for other blast effects. I'm okay with that. All right, what is next? Next up, the chin gun assembly. Lower and straighten the chin assembly connector. Insert pin and push chin gun assembly up from bottom until it clicks into place. And this one is clear. It goes on here. Look at that nice deco right there. So let's pick this guy up. Put that down. Snap. All right. Oh, man, I don't want to set it down on that nice translucent canopy. So, oh, I'm going to smash my finger instead. I would much rather smash my finger than scratch up that beautiful canopy. There we go. Okay, so now that's in place. Although, now, can I set this down like I was? These feel pretty sturdy. Look at the deco back there. Oh. I think that's actually what we're going for, correct? Yeah, I think so. Look at that. Ah, wonderful. Okay, so let's set that down. That seems okay. Accessories. So I was wrong. The canopy does not come off completely. Insert your choice of weaponry into the eye socket. Insert seat pegs into skull floor peg inserts. Attach 4-inch jetpack. Oh, okay. So that's, we'll get to that a little later. That's the jetpack. So there's storage for the jetpack in the side of the cockpit. 5 missiles into missile housing unit. Insert breath of death lightning effect into lower hole of missile housing unit. Wow. Crazy. All right. So let's get some eyeballs in this guy. I gotta go with the, I believe these glow in the dark. And for me, there's just no other option. I'm sure they'll go in. It's just a matter of finding that. Oh, yeah, yeah. Once you get the right angle, they slide right into place. Perfect. Let's see. I mean, that's it. Ooh, it is a little tricky getting the angle just right. There it is. So that's what I'm going with. No question. But you also have, and this is cool, these pieces. And again, once I get into the workshop, because this will fit in the workshop, we'll do a closer look. I like these. These are great. The idea of Gatling guns popping out of somebody's eyes, well, this thing's eyes, is awesome. But come on, glow in the dark. And I'll turn the lights off in a minute and we'll see just how much these glow. But they look so good like that. All right, now we've got to get the missiles into that mouth. It's hard to figure out where to hold this thing once you've got all the stuff in. So there are the missile launch ports. Oh, and those push all the way in. Okay. Well, yeah, they would have to, or else the jaw would not close back. Gosh, that yellow is so good. Because it just stands out so much as just doom, you know? Once that mouth opens and you see those yellow missiles, it is over. Those little suckers are sharp. I have thumb dents. Wouldn't have it any other way. And then finally, oh, wait a minute. Okay, let's see what those little pegs are. So these little pegs are listed. Oh, I guess they. Oh, 3mm. Whoa, what? 3mm adapter, Diaclone compatible. So this is for something else that I am not going to be using. But I will put those in a bag and save them. So let's get the lightning in there. It has, I don't know which way it's quote unquote supposed to go in. Oh, I'm a little scared, but there it is. That's what it looks like. Once I can get a better grip on this and sit down, I'll get it plugged in better than that. What else? The Skeledrone. Well, let's go ahead and get our Skeledrones out of here, huh? So this is our Skeledrone deployment pod. Oh, look at that. Wonderful. So these little creeps, they just sit in here. There are pegs in there, but they're not compatible with what's on these guys, which is fine. Unless it's the backs of their heads, maybe. No, okay. Whatever, I'm just going to jam these guys in here for right now. We're not worried about it. As long as they fit in there, they're in there. Good enough. Bang. There you go. And then this is the little invisible hover effect for that thing. Excellent. Insert into the rear of skull, push until you hear an audible click. Oh, there it shows exactly how they go in there. I bet the holes in the back of their heads do fit on those pegs. I bet that's exactly what happens. When deployed, place onto hover effect, open lid to store 4-inch figure or 3 Skeledrones on interior pegs. So yeah, let's try that again. So you can see it's got a little hole in the back of the head, and that's got to plug into that peg there. It's just a matter of lining everything up. Peg does look a little too big for that hole, though. Nope. That. Sort of. I think I got it. Okay, there we go. Creepy. Horrifying. Imagine finding this in your backyard. And these guys pop out. And I'll be honest, whether they're, you know, as big as this would suggest, or just actually this size, gross. Either way, horrifying. All right, and that is going to slot in here with an audible click, it says. We're going to need to move that down. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. So that chin gun sort of acts as landing gear a bit. Ball jointed flight sticks. Crazy. Weapon storage inside. All right, so I guess we got to try and swap the seats out now. All right, well, that's fine. Oh, it's easy. Oh, it's super easy. So there's the 4-inch / 1/18 scale seat situation. And then ball jointed control sticks are insane. All right, just going to push those in. And again, we'll do a closer up in a minute. I just want to mess with all the stuff right now. How is that even possible? How is that even possible? Wow. Oh my gosh. So, all right, that's as much as I'm doing right now with the big overhead. We're going to move into the workshop. We're going to take a closer look at a few things, do some zoom ins, and continue looking at the ROBOSKULL Mark II. Okay, here we go. We're in the workshop now, and of course, the portrait, Bob Brecken, the originator of the ROBOSKULL. That's that portrait. Got a great file card on the back of the card, which I am just getting ready to tear up because that's what I do. No, I'm not going to take an X-Acto to it. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to go right up here, just like I did with G.I. Joes when I was a kid. And I'm just going to pull that blister right off. Oh, yeah. Got a nice, clear, triangular battle stand. I dig it. Got the backpack with the included claws of death, or whatever the technical term for those is. Oh, look at that. Nice and rigid. Oh man, I know I'm going to miss something about this backpack that people are going to be telling me about in the comments for weeks to come. There is going to be some feature that I don't notice during the review, but that's okay. All right, let's get this out of here. Look at that blaster. Looks awesome. Figure looks awesome. All right, let's put the doodads to the side. It's going to be my new word for accessories. I'm not saying accessories anymore. I'm saying doodads. All right. You know what? I'm going to zoom in even more because this portrait deserves it. Love that. Looks great. Tampo detail on the chest. He gets to drive it, right? Figure feels good. I am no longer a collector of modern articulated 1/18 scale figures, but I do appreciate them when they're extremely well executed, like this, like the Grindhouse Toys figures, which, by the way, I'm just going to buy everything that he makes because they're all awesome. Nice ratcheting knees, ratcheting ankles too. Great modern ankles. Got the cut at the top of the boot. Look at that detail. Premium quality figure. Absolutely. It just feels great. I cannot wait to get my hands on the 1/12 scale versions of the figures. So it looks like the helmet is actually a functional helmet as opposed to a swappable head. Or, yeah, swappable head. Maybe. I'm guessing that head probably pops right off. But you can see the interior of the helmet there. Oh, look at those beautiful metallic magenta lenses that aren't just red. Striping on the top, beautiful gloss on the helmet, with matte details. Gosh, that's gorgeous. All right, let's try this again. There it is. Oh, look at that. Oh, fits great. I didn't think it was going to go on there, but there's a point at which it kind of pops into place. Beautiful. And then you've got, as I said, the backpack. Which has a couple of ports right there for storage. But you do not need that storage for this. So that blaster fits perfectly in the hand. Nice, unique look. Tons of deco on that thing. Look at that. And then it stores right here. In theory, there's clearly a very specific angle. I don't think it goes that way, but it kind of looks like it does, doesn't it? I mean, it's got to go like that. All right, hang on. We're going to get this. There it is. Okay. It stores on the thigh there. And we're going to pop that backpack off because now we want to fit him into the chair. I haven't swapped out the... Oh, wait, yeah, I did. I did swap out the seating arrangements, so we're good there. He's going to fit right into place. Gosh, and how nice is this that you can get these situated outside of the cockpit so my big, gigantic hands aren't having to try and fumble around inside of a little tiny cockpit to get this figured out. So now he's in there. I can just put this thing right. Well, let's try it. It's going to be a little snug with the camera here, but I think I can get it to work to where you guys will be able to see it well enough. So let's get our Skeletron right underneath. Open it up. Look at that beautiful translucent, not just the opening hatch part of the cockpit, but this little front part as well. Ah, just incredible. All right, so pop that right out of there. Just friction holds it in place, works extremely well. Again, I'll unmount and go in here to get a closer look in a minute. I just want to test out this, how easy, look at that. Sorry, I'm trying to find the spot where this goes in. There it is. Okay. So yeah, like I said, you put them in place, then you put this thing in the cockpit. So much less stressful than other vehicles. We got to take a closer look at this though, because I just noticed something while I was putting this in. The gloss on the little control panels here. Let's put this back over to the side. Look at the gloss on those. Well, you can't really see it now. Yeah, you can. Beautiful. Just all the detail. Incredible. And of course, same thing on the 1/12 scale version. Probably some storage, I would imagine, for the 1/12 scale backpacks. I'm trying to think what else I might be able to look at before I unmount for some zoom ins. Is there anything else to deal with in the instructions? Oh, yeah. So on the single seat 1/12 scale, bonus speeder assembly? What? Oh, that's wild. Oh, we got to try that. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I was still zoomed out. Look at this craziness. Hang on. I don't know how easy it's going to be to get the chin turret off. Certainly a little nervous doing it. Oh, nope. Pops off relatively easily. Okay. Oh, I don't like that. Hang on. I gotta find a slightly different spot for the ship. Okay. So this is weird and wild. So what this pops into here, and then we take our hover effect, and we've got this. What is this craziness? That's wild. This has to be a, oh, well, look at that. Let's just make that a thing type of concept, you know? That's so funny. It works with both configurations. So there's that one. And there's that one. And I also noticed something else here that is kind of interesting. Let me dig into my bucket o' blast effects, because I do believe, yeah. So the ports in those chin guns, let's use some different ones here, are compatible. Yeah, I know these are all bent up. It's ridiculous. Are compatible with existing blast effects from other brands. Well, that one didn't. That's the fault of the blast effect and not of the port. I wish I had 4 identical. But anyway, you get the point. It works. They plug in there nicely. Look, you get little tiny ones. There you go. Nice. Okay. That's so wild. All right, we're just going to set this little contraption off to the side for right now. And let's dismount and take a closer look at some of the features of the ROBOSKULL Mark II. All right, I'm running out of battery, so I literally have to speed this up. But let's pop that eye out of there. I think we got a pretty good look at the detail before. Oh man, that eye is not going to pop out of there. So instead, I'll just get a closer look at the alternate, which also has ports that will accommodate other companies' blast effects. What I really wanted to get was a shot of the interior of the cockpit, because it's incredible. This is what you're looking at here. Now, those are all labels, which is fine. And then I guess we've got, these are what, just extra labels? Because it looks like the same things. Yeah, it is. It's just extra labels for, because those are the components for the command chairs. Those are the screens. So yeah, just an extra set of labels in case you need them for whatever reason. But just beautifully detailed. Look at the floor in that thing. The metallic silver on those central pieces. There is the storage for the backpack. I guess let's go ahead and plug that in while we're in here. If my giant hand can make it happen. Yep, there we go. Plugs right in, easy enough. And then we'll put the, might as well go ahead and put the console back in there as well. Maybe. I think I put it a little too far for, nope, there we go. So there, all set. And just another look, just a little closer look at some of the tampos on the side. Everything is just gorgeous. This is, I said it before I had even opened it. And look at I love the wash on the skull. Because if you notice, all the more mechanical looking portions are nice, clean Star Trek. And then that skull is dirty Star Wars. It is like a crimson skull wearing an armored helmet. It's beautiful. You can see the scoring surrounding the blast cannons up front here. Get a little closer look into that gaping maw of doom. And get a look at the back before we wrap things up. That is with the pod in place. You can see the exhaust ports. This is an incredible work of art. All right. I think I have currently covered this as well as I think I can cover it. I had not planned to review this tonight. I was going to do this whole setup tomorrow, and I just couldn't wait. I had to see it. So, all right, let me stop. We'll do a sign off. I just realized I cannot sign off yet because we got to test the glow-in-the-dark capabilities here. So here we go. I turned all the rest of the lights off. I've just got my one focus light. So let's see what we got. Oh, man. Look at those eyeballs. Look at those labels. Oh, I want to make this thing glow in the dark so bad, but I just don't know if I want to. But it looks so good. Oh. Look at this. The glow is so strong, it's reflecting. You can't see it in the video, but I can see it. The glow is so strong, it's reflecting off of the panels. Oh, man. I don't know what I'm going to do because I want to put those on it so bad. We'll see. All right, light back on. Wrap it up. That is... Oh, I need my overhead light. That is the ROBOSKULL MKII, a glorious, incredible masterpiece. More is coming. There's a flight stand coming. There are more figures coming. I think that's everything. Oh, no, there's some kind of face mask piece that's an add-on. There's more coming, and I'll be reviewing it as it gets here. But for right now, just know if things open up and you can get yourself one of these, you need to do it. It's incredible. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about Needless Things. And until next time, buy what you like. And you will like the ROBOSKULL. Okay, real quick, one last thing. Those little Diaclone adapters that I didn't know, well, I know what they're for, but I'm not going to have anything to use them with. They store in the jaw turret thing. You see them plugged in right there on either side of where the death breath goes. So that's your storage for those. So you don't have to like stick them in a bag or something. So there you go. Now I'm done. Thanks for watching.
Smash that like button if you like Needless Things.